Southwest 199, contact departure.
Departure, Southwest 199C.
American 1894, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 23 right, clear for takeoff, American 1894.
Executive 842, tower, and 23 left, on the way, drop the park, farewell.
23 left, flight of midway,
Frontier flight 1785, contact departure.
For departure, Frontier flight 1785 today.
All right, good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Gotta turn our mic around there. Again, good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hump day, halfway through the work week, unless you gotta work on the weekend.
Raleigh Tower, good evening, it's at 466 on the visual for 23 left.
Visit 426, Raleigh Tower, and 23 left, continue traffic holding in position.
Continue 23 left, that's at 466.
A couple of good departures here to start off the show. That one I would say is either off to Dallas-Fort Worth or off to, it's American 1894. We know where that's going. That's headed to Charlotte. Got some exec jet action happening over here. That is American 1894 is headed to Charlotte. Frontier 1785, that one headed off to MCO.
Heading runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Raleigh heading to 842.
Executive 466, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Clear land, 23 left, it's at
Hopefully we'll have some good exec jet action this evening. Really sad that the 747 left already. I was hoping we'd be able to capture that tail or something down there this evening, but that 747 leaving sometime today, I think. It's down here throughout the evening last night.
Executive 842, contact departure.
For departure, ticket 842.
Delta 1330, Christian Delta 1235, Raleigh Tower, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
Delta 1235, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff, 23 right. Raleigh Tower, clear track, 504 is in the right base for runway 23 right.
So again, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kind of a busy way to start the show. It's Wednesday. We do have Iceland tonight. As you guys can see, we have Air France. That 777 getting ready to head back to Paris here before too long. So it should be an interesting evening. This one here, NetJets, coming in from Oak Island. 30 minutes of flight time for this one. Got a Delta 737 departing back to Atlanta, Georgia, I believe. This could be the Salt Lake City, or not Salt Lake City. Yes, that one back to Atlanta.
Contact
Got another one turning here, short final. What do we got here? Something small.
Jet 466 contact ground.
So again, good afternoon, or good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys are watching from. Hope you guys are doing well this Wednesday evening. Give you guys a little plane spotting here tonight. Again, we've got Iceland coming in shortly, in fact. And then we probably, just like we did last week, we may end with the Iceland departure. We're gonna have to go back and work on our nighttime broadcasting here. Couldn't do it this week. I got things to do tomorrow night. But we need to see about what we're going to do for weekday shows coming up. Again, once we only got 3 Saturdays left before time change. Fun fact. So that's the one big event that I'm really waiting for right now is the time change. Hey, and by the way, I want to thank Christopher Brown for bringing us a goodie bag from Buc-ee's. Had a surprise in it that I wasn't expecting. Had a 737 KLM model in it. Thank you so much, Christopher Brown, once again. I need to take a picture of it alongside my American Airlines 737 MAX and post it up for you guys. And a huge thank you to everybody for watching Sunday. Really good show on Sunday. And a huge thank you to our buddy Pip for coming out and hanging out with us Sunday as well. So we got American Airlines on the move. This 737 going back to Dallas, I would assume. And we also have Southwest. Looking like a 737-8 MAX.
Flight 3279, contact departure.
Departure today, Flight 3279.
Well, they had the purple lights on. Changed them over to blue.
Southwest 1159, Raleigh Tower, turn left heading 210, runway 23 left, clear forward, takeoff, trust.
210 heading 23 left, clear takeoff, up to
So it looks like we might get busy here a little bit. We've got another one headed out of Delta.
Fly runway heading, runway 23
It's like an A320 for Delta, possibly an A321. So the American will head to DFW. Hey, we've got our FedEx 7 minutes out. Thank you so much for the reminder, Tim Arnold. Also, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Adam Wheeler from Spruce Pine. Again, like I said, good evening, everybody. Southwest already on the move. Southwest doing Southwest things. As I get tangled up, get my headset tangled up. So we've got an American Eagle. We'll give you the flight information for these two in just a moment. so we got a little size comparison there. Southwest 1159, that's headed off to the House of Mouse, headed down to MCO. American, that Republic Airways at 4624, they're off to Washington, D.C. via Reagan. The Delta A320 down at the end of the runway, that one's Delta 2046, that one's headed to Tampa.
For departure, Rick, great day, Rick, 4621.
At 628 Raleigh Tower, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Clear land, 23 left,
Delta
So our FedEx 767 is going to be our next arrival. That one coming in from Memphis, FedEx 785, 1 hour and 10 minutes for the 767. If you remember last week, it was already pretty close to dark. That was also an A300 last Wednesday. Today, doing the 767. Little Cirrus Vision Jet. As we get our A320 ready to go to Tampa.
No, 2 Julie Kilo, contact ground point on it.
Ground point down at 2 Julie Kilo. Tower pass 228, just reconfirm, we're clear to wind in from Kilo.
At 628, affirmative.
American 3045 is ready for departure, short of government.
Off balance tonight. I'm not in my normal location again because of these people in their big trucks parking and taking up, you know, the 2 spaces down here. So right where I'm at tonight is a pretty significant grade down the parking garage here. So, we've got special for Frontier. I think I saw it on radar here.
Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right. Continue, traffic may be holding in position. Delta 1319, are you guys on me? Yes, sir. Alright, you're going to be number 2 following that American.
Alright, number 2 will be on there, Delta 1319.
Looks like American, that 737, gonna go for it here just ahead of the 767. Nope, this one's American Airlines 3045. This one off to Miami. Yeah, I'm just lucky that we were able to get our normal spot-ish. I'm just 1 space over, but when you're trying to balance to move the camera around, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do so. Because I'm not standing level, and I have a hard time standing on my own 2 feet on normal basis. Doing it on a slope is a little more difficult. Alright, FedEx up next. Whatever's over here on 23 left is not on radar. You can see we've got quite a few planes out there for arrival.
Contact departure, good day. 3045, good evening.
So this should be a nice arrival. Should sound good as usual. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, like I said, it's not the fact that the space isn't open. It is, but there's a truck parked in the adjacent spot, like to make a perfect 90 degrees. So to do the show, I have to pull out a little bit further. And if I do that and they show up, then I gotta stop what I'm doing, unplug stuff, move the car, you know, stuff like that if they can't get out. So it's one of those interesting things that we run into when we're streaming from this end. 67 likes already. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. We're 17 minutes into the show. So a huge thank you to you guys.
Got for 4411 Raleigh Tower, and good right, continue. Traffic will be holding position.
Tower Pat 628 is Alpha holding short of Charlie.
Pat 628 Raleigh Tower, cross runway 23 left at Charlie, and hold short of runway 14.
I am really disappointed about the 747 leaving already. I was hoping to capture it today.
Delta 1319 Raleigh Tower, right to your right, line up and wait. 23 right.
So yesterday we had an Atlas 747-400 land. Spent the day here. Spent most of the day today, I think, here. Do you know us? The posted videos are listed as 4K. I noticed that too. Alan Plack. So Alan Plack asking a really interesting question. We'll put that question up on there. See if you guys have the same issue. But yes, I have noticed it. I don't know why it's doing that. It's typically, you know, shortly after. So he's asking why some episodes of the show say 4K, but it's only allowing 1440. It could be an upload issue on YouTube's end. It could be anything. But we are streaming in 4K. So why it freaks out, I don't know. But again, I have noticed that as well. So if you guys are having any issues with that, just know that YouTube is in 4K, and let's hope we don't have, or we're in 4K right now, and let's hope that we don't have a issue with YouTube tonight. I don't know if any of you guys were part of YouTube's outage or whatever it was yesterday, last night.
Brickyard 4411, runway 23 right, clear to land.
23 clear to land, Brickyard 4411.
Yeah, so Alan, it's definitely not just you. I have the same issue with some of them. I'm like, why is this not populating in 4K? So, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. This arrival coming in from Philadelphia, Republic Airways at 4411, E175LR.
Delta 1319, contact departure.
YouTube does a lot of weird things. I don't know what half the things that go on with YouTube sometimes. I don't particularly have issues with YouTube, but we were having issues with trying to talk in people's chats and us being members and it being like, oh, well, you got to wait 5 minutes. It's like, dude, I'm subscribed. I'm a member. I have been for 2 years. Why are you not allowing me to chat? Yeah. So it is after the upload. So it may not be able to upload the whole thing to 4K. That could be the issue. But again, like I said, all of our streams here of late have been in 4K. This one tonight as well. Not sure you'll really be able to tell at all, given the darkness. There's our special Frontier.
Brickyard 4411, taxi to gate via Charlie Bravo. Contact the ramp tower prior to entry.
Charlie Bravo, call the ramp, Brickyard 4411.
It's like I had a friend of mine who was like, hey, YouTube hasn't suggested you, and I was like, well, it could be your algorithm and what you've been watching that's causing that. But I told him, I was like, if your notification's on for the show, then you'll know when we go live. And of course he knows anyway. I talk to him typically, especially on Wednesday nights, about that. So a nice look at Frontier, America's greenest airline, I believe, is that livery. Next arrival, American Airlines, 1904, coming in from Charlotte, an A321. This one, 28 minutes. No, a little behind, 30 minutes. Shouldn't be too long. We should have our 777 departure. Yep, that is true, Christopher Brown. All memberships gifted are at random. We have absolutely no control over who gets memberships. Best chance of getting a membership, though, is to double check and make sure your membership gifting is on.
American 1904, unless unable to exit the gate via Bravo, contact the ramp tower.
Bravo, the gate ramp tower, you have a good night, American 1904.
It's always interesting. I always get the emails like, oh, you've been gifted a membership, and I'm like, man, I haven't watched this channel in a while. What's up with that? But now what's really funny is this account gets more than my personal account. Actually, my personal account I don't think has ever been gifted a membership. And I watch a lot of the same things. Maybe it's just because I chat with this one more than I do the other one. I don't know. Delta 2782 coming in from Boston. Hey, it's our A220 300 coming back. Good to see our A220 return for that Boston flight. Now we don't see the A220 during the day. Lately it's been like the E175 for Delta from Boston.
One thing hotel, contact departure.
Monica, good evening. Looks like we might get busy here for a minute. Icelandair should be in with these. We've got about 4 arrivals. Thank you, Drew. Glad you're able to join us again. So here's our A220 from Boston. Oh, winds are going to start picking up. You see the camera start shaking a little bit.
United 1322, Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, continue. Traffic will be holding in position.
So it is the America's greenest or green airline
Via Bravo, contact ramp up.
for the Frontier A321. That one, let's find out where they're headed. They're number 2 for departure. Currently, Frontier 3314, they're headed off to LaGuardia. They've got in front of them Republic Airways 4497 headed to LaGuardia. So the race between them will be on. Next arrival for us, Republic Airways 4630 coming in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 23 left, we're looking at Endeavor 5260 coming in from Newark, New Jersey. CRJ.
2500 transition in the field.
So using both runways here. We're a little on the busy side. A couple of helicopters coming in. Hey, Matt Man, gifting a Carolina Aviation membership. Hey, Drew got it. Drew coming back with vengeance. Christopher Brown with the 499 super chat. I applaud you being able to work all day in our field and still have enthusiasm to stream. You're a real MVP. Now I have days I come out here after working and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna give you guys info and that's about it. And I don't like coming out here and being like that, but on the drive over here I never know. Like I could be all hyped up, ready to go when I'm at work, and then I get here after I've relaxed a little bit and I'm like, meh, you know, it's a Wednesday night. So yeah, always fun to try to come out here and bring you guys coverage. Again, we're going to try to swing back to 3 shows a week.
We
got to figure out what 3 days we want, or what 2 days we want to do, because Sunday's not going to go anywhere. Sunday is our most popular show. No show this Saturday.
United 1322, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Right, clear to land, United 1322.
Here goes our American Eagle off to LaGuardia, Republic Airways.
Yeah, 5260, turn right, enable, contact ground point, honor.
Pretty busy here at the moment. This is United from Washington Dulles. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. Fire truck headed down to level 1. They're going to make a little bit of an adjustment here. Just the light. This one here, Southwest, 1938, coming in from Dallas, coming in from DFW, Dallas Loves Field. 737 MAX 8, but we do have Frontier getting ready for departure in that special livery. I think we have Iceland coming up next. Nope, another American.
14 fly runway heading 1 right, clear forward takeoff, traffic on a 4 mile final. Keep it going on the roll.
Clear line for Southwest 1938.
South 1938, affirmative.
Clear line. Good evening. I think I want
American 2867, runway 23 right, clear to land. Icelandair 821, Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land.
All right, Frontier, America's greenest airline, or green airline, off to.
630, right base, runway 32.
Clear check 630, Raleigh Tower, and 32, clear to land, south and land, departure parallel.
Trixie, I understand. I know. I would have loved to have been out here yesterday and today for that 747-400. It did spend the night with us.
238, taxi to gate via Alpha, have a good day.
Be off on Southwest 1938.
Got an American ready for touchdown here.
Frontier Flight 3314, contact departure, good day.
This one, American 2867, coming in from Miami. 1 hour 46 minutes of flight time for the 737-8. Perfect, Drew. Hopefully we'll be out here again. After March 8th, we're going to be hopefully trying to crack on pretty hard after March the 8th. So we'll be here that Sunday, of course, and then we'll start doing more of these evening shows.
American 2867, taxi to gate via Bravo, contact.
Alan Lee, good evening.
Land via Bravo, close to the ramp, power entry, American 27
Still waiting on Air France. Let's check out what they got going on inside. Passengers loading. Does it look like there's anybody on board yet? Does not, does it? Surprising. There's a little movement there in the front of the cabin. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's starting to line up and find their seat. All right, finally, ICE 821 from Reykjavik. This one arriving early, 6:35 p.m. Now I think once time changes, this one will go back to about 7:30. And of course, after March 8th, I think it's the week after, the following week, American to London will start departing around 6:30. So we'll see both 777s departing around the same time, starting the week after March the 8th. You did forget a sticker again. Dang it. I'm gonna have to double you up next time. Can't believe we forgot that again. Although there was a lot of things going on Sunday. So next time I got you. I got you. Quite the big rush there to start the first half hour of the show. I'm ready for our evenings to be like that constantly. And it does happen.
Turn left when you're able, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp car entry.
Taxi via Bravo and ramp.
Yeah, more folks get on board here. Climbing in to their seats for their long flight back to Paris. Looks like we got one or two sitting out toward the end of the runway, kind of ready to go.
771 Delta Echo, right now, good evening, only 23 left, good one.
Let's see, who do we got out there, headed out that way? We've got an American Airlines headed out that way. Republic Airways 4402, headed to Chicago O'Hare. Got an exec jet getting ready to turn final from Columbus, Ohio, Cessna Citation XLS. That one a private owner. Hey, 112 likes, we get closer to our like goal. I think I set it for 200 tonight, right? Yeah. Business class, first class. I don't know if I could handle economy class for 7-8 hours. Certainly try, but I don't know that I could actually do it. What do we got going on over here on the GA ramp? Got some lights blinking there. So our next arrival is going to be on this side. Anyway, chances are that departure won't be ready to go for a few minutes. Got the American Eagle pushing back, actually. Oh, 150. All right, thanks, Alan. I couldn't remember what I said it at, if I said it at 200 or 150 tonight. I generally base it off of the previous show of the same night. So last Wednesday, I don't even know how many we got last Wednesday, I don't remember. But I generally base it off of that. So let's turn to sorry, messing with the camera there. Mike did a economy flight on an A380, 11 and a half hours to SFO. Had all 4 seats to myself. Now see, that would be, I would be okay with that. An entire row, absolutely. I could lay down. I'd sleep the whole way home. But if you flew home, then you're stuck in economy class, you're stuck in the middle of, 3 other people. They're just, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. But that's awesome. Flew on the A380. Something that I would like to do at some point. That's what I mean, like, that one's coming in awfully slow. Plus, I'm trying to do something with the camera, and I can't do it over there. How did I do that the other night? We were out here. I guess it looks alright right there. Really can't tell.
Number 517 Lima Hotel, Raleigh Tower, way 23 left, clear to land.
Alright, finally this one about to touch down. Coming in a lot slower than I anticipated. Normally the Cessnas are a lot quicker than that.
Back 771 Delta Echo, turn right Alpha 3 and contact ground point 9 over Shan. Right Alpha 3 and ground point.
So I'm wondering if... No, I think it was around 7 o'clock last week too. We had the Air France departure. Got another one coming in. It doesn't look like it's on flight radar. Hey, we're gonna get busy again-ish.
Number 714 on the Zulu, Raleigh Tower, way 23 left, continue.
Quite a few coming up from, or down from the northeast. Our next arrival is going to be a Endeavor 5101. It's going to be a CRJ. I don't know what this one coming is. It is one.
It says your ground is down, or we can possibly use for that. No, I don't know what date it says. It's all back there. Ground's open on point 9. Okay, thank you.
Definitely can't judge how far out they are. Same. I've wondered that how busy that end of Terminal 2 is when both 777s are up here. Especially, like I said, come a month from now, you're gonna have both 777s trying to load at the same time. Unless one of the 777s goes over to the D gates, which we saw last summer, spring and summer and fall, due to the lack of space. Air France needing that big long, or needing the gate that the American 777 is on because of the fact that they were bringing the A350. The A350 not able to fit where Air France is currently. So that made things a little more difficult. So American from London would come in, unload, and then taxi over to the D gates. So maybe we'll see that this year. I don't know. Hey, Brian Lloyd renewing his economy class. Thank you so much. Renewing that membership. Let's find out, shall we? You know who we haven't seen yet? Alaska.
02, ready to go whenever you are. Go 4402 right, Jeff. Runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Runway heading, clear to takeoff, runway 23 right, yeah, 4402.
I haven't seen Alaska yet tonight, arrival or otherwise. I'm sure the arrival was right before I got here, of course. But no, I haven't seen them yet. Normally they leave by now. There's that citation. Yeah, I'm ready. I don't know if they'll bring the A350 back or not this year. It'd be nice if they do, because I thoroughly enjoyed the A350.
Right, it's 517 Lima Hotel. Turn right off the 3, then turn right, join Alpha, and keep moving. Contact ground point 9er. Okay, Alpha 3, Alpha keep moving, and ground point 9, 517.
I wish we could get the 1000. I like the 1000 better than I do the 9, but either way, still a beautiful plane in my opinion.
Denver 714, runway Zulu, runway 23 left, clear line. Okay, that's 31, 714, clear.
Yeah, so the A350-900 only fits on the gate, like I said, that the American 777 is currently sitting on there on the corner. It doesn't fit anywhere else. It could go to the other end and fit the same way. Let's say they drop off here and do like the 777 did last year. Drop off here, head over to the D gates for loading, because you don't need customs to load, right? So they were able to do that. You only need the customs for getting off the airplane. So over here somewhere, southwest, there they are, hiding behind the light pole. Let's check on that departure. This one might be up on radar as well already. Republic Airways 4402, that went off to Chicago O'Hare. There's one headed out to Republic Airways 4804 off to JFK. This Southwest 331 headed to Bewee. So this one headed to Maryland.
Africa 48-4, short of 23, ready to go whenever you got us.
Oh, absolutely. The A340 600 does not fit anywhere here. As a matter of fact, one of our friends down in the tower down there, the ramp tower, told me that they called and wanted to bring the A340 600, but it won't fit anywhere here, sadly. Our departure back to New York. We can also fit the 747-300 or 747-400 on the gate that Americans on. We saw that with the soccer tournament. Hey, Ralph. Good evening.
Tower 4804 heading 210, contact departure with you.
Departure, good night, return 4804.
Got an American 737. This one getting ready to head back to Miami. Southwest getting ready as they wait on the arrival of the little one.
Southwest 331, Raleigh Tower, only 23 left, line of await. Traffic to VFR, chart about 8 mile per hour.
23 left, line of way, Southwest 331.
So Southwest 331 off to Baltimore.
Bonanza 714, I'm your Zulu. Next right turn, contact ground point 9, we'll see you.
Return ground point 9, 714, Zulu.
It's going to be a 737-700 for Southwest.
Nova heading 23 left, clear takeoff, Southwest 331.
Raleigh, India's current altimeter is 2987.
Raleigh Tower, number 5101, visual for 23 right.
Okay, Tower 5101, Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land. Try to head in your left, there's VFR, Archer, dog lives with the ball.
Clear to land, 23 right, and then
One of those exec jets getting lit up and ready to go. All right, so everything is cleared from Air France. We've got wing walkers headed out that way, so we should have the pushback. Should be right now. So thank you guys for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy hump day. Hope you guys are able to watch in 4K. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe to free ways to help the channel.
Number 993, Foxtrot Golf, runway 23 left, clear to land.
clear to land, 23 left, 3 Foxtrot Golf.
Hey, there's Alaska. Alaska Airlines pushing back from T1. Headed out. Alaska 572. It's going to be a 737 MAX 9 tonight for Alaska. Let's give them a little love here real fast. We'll see them again here shortly. They'll come over here to our side to depart. Air France typically lands around 4:21, anywhere from 4 to 4:30. I'll put it in that ballpark usually. Is their normal arrival time. They always beat me here. And of course, during the week we don't see Lufthansa because of the fact that we're Actually, you know what? We're not in a good position to see Air France at the moment, so let's stick with Alaska.
5150 Raleigh Tower, good evening,
So
runway
Lufthansa, we don't
23,
see it because of the fact that it
continue
leaves around 4:15, 4:30. So that's not something we normally see either during the week.
American 2308 Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, line up 08, jet traffic on a 6 mile final. 23 right, line up 1, American 2308.
Yes, sir, Owen. We got the American, or the Air France 777 getting ready to head back to Paris as we get ready. They're kind of got their behind pointed at us, so we really can't see. As we get the CRJ.
5101, turn left, Bravo 4, taxi via Bravo, contact ramp, no crowd entry.
Bravo 4, Bravo, ramp, Endeavor 5101.
Still can't really see Air France at the moment. Give them a minute here. We do have a departure coming up. This one headed back to Miami, I believe. The 737. No, this one's our LAX flight, American 2308.
American 2308, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, American 2308.
Aviation Cat, good evening. It's raining up there again. I know. This Sunday, the weather forecast is a lot like last Sunday. Rainy, 45 degrees. So this Sunday's show is going to look a lot like last week.
23 right, clear to land.
Yeah, I got it turned up. Again, I can't ever tell how loud stuff is being broadcast to you guys versus what I hear, because I have a different volume adjustment.
3, Foxtrot Golf, turn right out before contact ground 49. Right on out before and ground 49.
So those GEs will get started, fired up here.
American 2308, runway heading, contact departure, have a great night. Runway heading over departure, good night, American 2308. Tower, jet 712, Juliet Kilos, pulling up to hold short here, 23 left. Vision 712, Juliet Kilo, Raleigh Tower, fly runway heading, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff. Runway heading 23 left, clear for takeoff, 712 Juliet Kilo. Good evening, Tower, jet 327 visual, 23 left. Take jet 327, Raleigh Tower, 23 left, clear to land. 23 left, clear to land, 327.
Yep, that's right, Adrian. We saw that one
Number 5150, turn left, Bravo 4.
not last weekend, the weekend before, that 777-200.
Bravo and contact ramp, number 51.
Christopher Brown, I really hope we can accommodate all of the bigger planes once the expansion is done, and I think that is part of their hope, is to be able to put in bigger aircraft and get bigger flights in and out of here.
Air 712 Juliet Kilo, runway heading, contact departure. Runway heading, go to party, 712 Juliet Kilo.
Frontier 3313, our next arrival from LaGuardia. Hour and 13 minutes. Eddie Blackburn, good evening. They'll start moving here in a second. Let's try to get our touchdown of Frontier. I think that CLT Miami thing is typically a
Alaska 572.
kind of like a rotational repositioning flight.
From Alaska 572.
Because I think when we were down there last week, we saw it go to Madrid, if I remember correctly. So the same one that came in from Miami, I believe, went to Madrid. So like I said, I think it might be a rotational thing for the aircraft.
When you're able, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp to our part entry. Have a good night. Thanks very much. Listen, able to straight to ramp to Alpha 2.5313. Good night. Towers at the 327. Anybody reported when you're on the way down?
All right, let's see who's next. Who's going?
2309 now.
Looks like Alaska. ASA 572 back to Seattle.
Alaska 572, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, Alaska 572.
Max 9 gonna take off a little heavy.
The 572 runway heading, contact departure. Good night.
Favorite military plane? I gotta say the Raptor.
Alaska 572.
Absolutely, the F-22 Raptor. Scott K, good evening. So, now we wait on Air France's departure back to Charles de Gaulle. We've got NetJets coming in from Texarkana, an Embraer Phenom 300. An hour and 47 minutes to fly out to Texarkana. Air France taxiing out slowly. ITB photo, good evening. And yes, That is the American 777 sitting over at the gate. That one will be leaving later on. I don't know if we'll stay for that one or not.
27, turn right Alpha 3, contact ground point 9, with you.
Unfortunately, I have a meeting in the morning.
327, good night.
So, got to be to work early for that 7:30 meeting. It also depends on how busy we are as to how long we stay. Kind of like last week, last Wednesday, we ended with the Iceland departure. Because last Wednesday was pretty slow. I feel like today's been a lot busier than last.
We actually Raleigh Tower, good evening, fly runway heading, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
Robert, good evening. Almost morning for you there in Germany. Actually, it is morning for you there in
X-ray is approaching holding point 23 right, we'll be ready for departure. Airplane 693 X-ray, heavy, Raleigh Tower, good evening. Train 26 runway X-ray, Raleigh Tower, turn left heading 210, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
We got to get that meeting in before we get to work.
23 left, 26 runway X-ray.
We'll see how the meeting goes. We haven't had one in a while.
Airplane 693 X-ray heavy, runway 23 right, line up and wait, you're flying traffic off the parallel, it'll be just a moment. Roger, we line up from Bravo 923 right and wait, copy for the traffic, Air France 693 X-ray heavy.
So, Air France will line up and wait. We're waiting for an exec jet to depart. Do we have... Where are our FedEx feeders? Here we go. Mountain Air Cargo 7503 coming in from New Bern. ATR 72600. That one going to be here in about 20 minutes. We have other arrivals, but I always like to check on the ATRs. We have several folks who enjoy the ATR arrivals.
Three X-ray heavy, turn left heading 210, runway 23 right, clear sail. After airborne, we turn left heading 210 and clear for takeoff 23 right, Air France 293 X-ray heavy. Number 6, Romeo X-ray, contact departure. Departure 6 Romeo, accuracy.
Of course, we're going to have a E175 start up. I knew it was going to happen. Gonna miss the MD-11. That's for sure. That was usually our ending to our weeknight shows, that MD-11 rocket launch departure.
Number 727 Tango Echo, holding shorter 23 left, ready for takeoff. Number 727 Tango Echo, Raleigh Tower 23 left, walk away.
This is same one from Saturday or Sunday, isn't it? Nice departure for Air France at 777 flying back to Charles de Gaulle. All right, so our next arrival, Republic Airways 4704, coming in from LaGuardia. It's going to be an E175. Hey, Pip, what's up?
You're 7 Tango Echo, fly one-way header on 23 left, clear tail.
One-way heading, clear for takeoff, 23 left, 727 Tango Echo.
Boost 21, run
Got an exec jet ready for departure. Is this that cool orange and yellow one? Really can't tell. Nope, not the one I thought.
There's 771 Delta Echo Raleigh Tower, fly one-way heading, run 23 left, clear tail. One-way heading, clear takeoff, 23 left. Tower 7 Tango Echo, contact departure.
7 Tango Echo, departure for that.
Audio 703, Raleigh Tower, runway 23 left, clear to land, 12308.
See, we need more lights around here because I feel like that shot looked somewhat decent. I'm telling you, the airport needs more lights. If not for better visibility, for, you know, all the ground crew and safety, but, for the show. Dano, good evening. Again, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Got a couple of arrivals. Looks like we've got another exec jet. Baker Aviation coming in from Panama City. 3 hours, 52 minutes for that one. Gonna have another little rush here of planes coming up from the south. One of which being Aeromexico 584. 737 MAX 8 from Cancun, Mexico. That one arriving now in just 15 minutes. So right about now, I think, is when Aer Lingus will be scheduled for arrival. Around 7:30, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go back and double check everything for the Aer Lingus deal, but I think it's going to be around a 7 o'clock arrival. Republic Airways 4704, again, coming in from LaGuardia. So, with that being said, if Aer Lingus, I don't know what time they depart, but come Again, I mentioned it. Springtime.
Plot is 517.
That could be either our last plane or we find something around that time. But I think it's supposed to depart around 9-ish. So that could replace our MD-11 departure.
25, good evening, Cal 3279 with you on my 23 right, flight. Cal 3279, Raleigh Tower, and 23 right, clear to land, winds 2408. Land 23 right, Cal 3279.
Telling you, spring forward on the time to me is the best day of the year.
Cat 3279, traffic heading to your left for the left side. It's a citation sending up 2000 for the left. Roger, we got a visual on it, Cat 3279. With 4704, left turn over Bravo to the ramp, contact ramp.
So an hour 37 from LaGuardia. Interesting that it took that long. Normally not that long of a flight. They must have ran into some issues on the ground.
There's Chevrolet Hotel, contact departure.
Yeah, I gotta check and see. I'm gonna be really upset if that's a weekend I have to work. What did we say? March 22nd for the Etihad's first arrival in Charlotte. Let me look at my calendar really quick because I will be, as many of you guys know, I got to work one Saturday a month. Nope, that's be the next weekend, the 28th of March. So that will be nice.
Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, line up the way, traffic's about 5.5 out. 23 right, line up the way, prepare 44 left.
It's American taxiing quickly. So good, we'll be free and clear to go out to Charlotte on the 22nd for the Etihad arrival. This is that one from Panama. Three hours, 40-ish minutes.
Richard 4411, northwest runway heading, runway 23 right, cliff, take off. Runway heading, 23 right, cliff, take off, Richard 4411.
So Republic Airways at 4411. Headed off to Philadelphia in this 737. In this E175. That one headed out there. That one's American Airlines 1904 to Charlotte, that A321. Going to be our next departure. So it's the 20th. Oh, that's right. It is. It's the Monday. That's what I thought.
Endeavor 5322, line 23 right, clear to land. 23 right, clear to land, Endeavor 5322.
I can't keep it straight. I'll have to do some research over on the forum or on the Facebook page. Find out if I can find it or not over there. I'd like to go down there for that, but I do think it's
Zero Charlie Sierra, message you said runway heading?
On Monday.
Yeah, runway heading.
So yeah, April the 13th, we've got Aer Lingus.
Contact departure.
Again, I'm going to try to get off work early that day so I can make sure to get a spot up here. I know a lot of folks will be up here that day, so I want to make sure that I get a nice comfy spot. So it'll be, come April, it'll still be daylight. So that arrival's, like I said, it's supposed to be around 7. If I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm going to try to leave work as early as possible.
Raleigh 7503, visual 23.
Get on the air as early as possible.
Mountain 7503, right turn, 23 right, continue traffic, we'll be heading position.
Continue 23 right, Mountain 7503.
American 1904, right turn, 23 right, line up away, traffic is out 5 out. 23 right, line up away, American 1904.
Endeavor 5322 coming in from DCA. 44 minutes.
Endeavor 5322, left turn whenever, Bravo to the ramp, contact ramp.
Left turn and Bravo to the ramp, over to ramp, Endeavor 5322.
Zero Charlie Sierra, contact departure.
Over departure, Charlie Sierra.
American Airlines 1904 off to Charlotte. Our A321 lines up, gets ready.
American 1904, fly runway, headline 23 right, clear tail. Runway heading, clear take off, American 1904.
So that's not the departure time though from Abu Dhabi, is it?
503 and 23 right.
Because it could be leaving on the 22nd there and arriving the 23rd, because that flight, well, maybe not. I don't know how long that flight is. I was thinking since they're arriving at like 10 a.m. I don't remember how long Etihad takes to get to Dulles.
American 1904, contact departure.
Departure, American 1904.
So I'm hanging out in shorts. I do have a jacket on just because of the breeze. Hey, here we go. Mountain Air Cargo 7503. This one of 2 ATRs. Coming in tonight.
23 left, clear to land. Wind is 2306.
Clear to land, 23 left, it's 8 times.
So this one coming in from New Bern. 30 minutes of flight time for this one. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So that's because like I said, some people say the 22nd, some people say the 23rd. So would that be in 15 hours and it arriving here at 10 a.m.? So you figure it's got to leave at 8 p.m. our time? No. 7 p.m. our time. on the 21st or 22nd.
1518 Raleigh Tower, 23 right, clear to land.
So that would put it into the next day. I honestly don't know. I'll go out there Sunday, find out.
Contact ground point 9.
We'll be out there. If it happens, it happens. I'm just, some of the flights like that confuse me to death. Especially when they, go over a day. Like I said, about 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. our time-ish, give or take. That's true. That's true. It is going backwards, isn't it? Instead of forward. See, that always confuses me too, because I'm always like, what time will it be when I land such and such and such and such? How much time am I going to gain? How many, how much of my day am I going to have left traveling forward? Basically get to start a whole new day. All right, so the ATR in. Our next arrival, Delta 1518 from Atlanta, 737-900, 51 minutes of flight time. Depends on what time that UPS flight is. So 9:05 for the UPS. It depends. Again, I do have a 7:30 meeting in the morning, unfortunately. $10:40. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alan. Southwest, I believe in a max.
4742 left, towering 23 right. A lot of wait. 23 left. 577 X-ray, Lucy right, towering 23 left, clear to land.
So we should see Aeromexico here in a few minutes, coming in from Cancun. That 737 MAX 8 should be our next arrival.
1518 left, terminated, Bravo to the left, contact left. Left turn Bravo to the right, 1518.
I'd have to make a entire weekend out of March, 21st and 22nd. So I'll need to remember that. Oh, somebody went off flight radar. There is one sitting out here ready for departure. Again, Southwest.
We're 4742, fly runway.
Headed over to the end of the runway, getting ready for their departure.
Runway headed 23 right, take up for Care 4742. Endeavor 5227, Raleigh Tower and 23 right, line up away. 23 right, line up away, 5227. Delta 890 right, turn when able, ground point 9er. Turn when able, ground point 9er.
So a little less than an hour here for the American 777. This one Southwest hanging out over here with the blue lights inside.
Tower 5227, flying runway heading, running 23 right, clear for takeoff. Runway heading 23 right, clear for takeoff there, 5227.
Republic Airways 4742 off to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Got a private owner, Cessna Citation V, coming in from Brunswick. Jess Walks is going to be on the American Airlines 777 tonight, headed back to London. You got a window seat, Jessica Walks. CRJ departing over here on this side. Yep, that'll be the 777 flight, American 174 Heavy, back to London Heathrow later on this evening. I know last time it was delayed, I think, or something last week. Because I think we ended with... Did we go to the 777 last week? I don't remember. Got a diversion coming in. That's why I don't see anything on flight radar, and there is a plane out there. Aeromexico looks like it's number 2 for arrival. Right?
Southwest 1945, right side 23 left, my way. Left, 23 left, Southwest 1945.
So Southwest gonna line up.
47 X-ray whiskey, right turn when you're able, ground point 9.
Right turn when able, ground point 907 X-ray whiskey.
Jess Walks, you should throw your cell phone flashlight up there if you've got a chance. It won't really matter what side of the plane you're on. We'll be able to catch it as you taxi out or as you push back and depart if you're on the left side.
Winds 2604. Southwest 1945, fly runway heading, runway 23 left, cliff to it. Let's pick up 23 left, Southwest 1945.
Southwest 1945 off to Nashville, 737 MAX 8. So this is Aeromexico 584 coming in from Cancun, Mexico.
1945, runway heading, contact departure. Have a good night. Heading departure, see ya.
2 hours, 32 minutes for the 737 MAX. So our diversion is a MAX 9.
Delta 2393, Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 right, taxi Foxtrot and Bravo Niner. Mexico 584, turn left Bravo 4, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp tower prior to entry. Have a good night.
All right, Bravo 4, Bravo. 584.
Our A220-300 going back to Boston.
19, if you can just be ready to taxi at 5 till the hour. 5 till you're moving to 23 right.
So the A220 300 back to Boston. Getting ready to go. Should be a nice departure. Now our United diversion.
Delta 2992, Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 23 right, Delta 2992.
Timothy, good evening.
Yeah, 1469, turn left when you're able, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp tower boat entry. Have a good night. Alright, left turn Bravo, ramp tower, United 1469. We are diversion aircraft, they may not have a gate for it, you still want us to go to ramp. Okay, yeah, contact ramp tower, United 1469, left turn Bravo 4, then go right onto Bravo. Right turn on Bravo and ramp tower is 130.17, and they'll put you back on base if we need to park you. Okay, thanks.
Guess it's nothing urgent for United after that conversation there with Tower. Denny B, good evening.
Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 right, taxi Foxtrot, Bravo 9.
Where did they leave from again? I know somebody said Fort Lauderdale. Was Fort Lauderdale their destination? Or were they heading from Fort Lauderdale? Robbie, good evening. That's right, Alex, you had an issue with your truck the other day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, who's checking on the photon? 5101 contact, clearance 120.1, he can work on it.
Okay, so Fort Lauderdale to Newark. Could be a mechanical issue of some sort if they were out there holding.
Delta 2992, turn left Bravo 4, taxi via Bravo, you can contact ramp tower part entry, over now.
E-Dog 2112, welcome to Economy Climb.
2393, Raleigh Tower, runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
Thank you so much for joining the memberships. Greatly appreciate that. That is huge, huge support. Trying to get to a goal that I have in mind, but I have to be able to be out here to reach my goal. Delta 2393, again, that one off to Boston. It's going to be that A220. Nothing wrong with lurking. You lurkers keep the show going. That is for sure. So thank you so much for joining the memberships as well as lurking and enjoying the show. I'm gonna say they probably want close to $5 grand, or if not more. So they gotta pull the whole engine out and everything to be able to replace all that stuff, I think. They might be able to do it in the truck, but that's one thing about us technicians. I do not know pricing at all. People are like, how much do you think this would cost to get done? And I'm like, I don't know.
Delta 2393,
I just do it.
Contact departure, good night. Great departure now, Raleigh heading for Delta 2393, good night.
Well, people will be like, well, what would you charge to do it? I don't know.
1891, turn left heading 210, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Left heading 210, 23 right, clear for takeoff, American 1891.
So, American 1891 cleared for takeoff. Delta 2393, again, that one off to Boston, Massachusetts at A220 300. Whoa, 11 grand. Boy, you could use that money to put down on a Tundra. The V8 Tundra, not the V6. That's what I would do. The engine in the Toyota, in the Tundras, and the LX and LS were pretty well bulletproof. If you got the V8 version or the V8, any of these new ones are kind of Exactly. I just get paid to fix it. I know how much it is by hours. Like a job like that's probably 24 hours. Paid time, depending, it might be more than that actually. I don't know how Chevy's or GMC's pay scale works. Yeah, exactly. 11 grand. 11 grand. I would probably, like I said, I would probably put my money down on a Tundra. If you can, here's the big kicker on the Tundra. If, and a big if, you can find the V8.
V1 heading 210, contact departure, good night.
Seems like they when they came out with the V6, everybody snapped up the V8s as quickly as possible once they started rolling those out. American Airlines 1891 off to Miami. Yes, the Toyota Tundra is made in Texas. They have a big thing out there. The trucks aren't imported due to the fact that nowhere else in the world uses the Tundra, I don't think, but yeah, so they're all built in Texas. I believe the Tacoma is also built in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. The Toyota Highlander is built in Indiana, along with the Lexus TX, I think. So the Grand Highlander and the Highlanders, along with the Lexus TX, are all built on the same assembly line. And I believe the one in Cambridge, Canada, builds, I can't remember what they build. I know they build the RX, or they did for a long time. Now I think you can get the NX out of Indianapolis too. The ES went over to Kentucky many years ago. So a lot of Japanese automakers choosing to build a lot of their stuff here in the States. Well, these people are hopping off Aeromexico quickly. And they've already made it through customs too. Here we go. This is one of our favorite things to do on a Wednesday night. After everybody hops off one of these flights, sit here and watch them walk through the tunnel upstairs. Wednesday nights, by the way, are more of the relaxed evenings. We tend to talk about a lot of different things. So if you guys are new to the channel, Wednesday nights are just a relaxing evening. So we talk about a little bit of everything: food, cars, planes, flights, you name it, we typically talk about it, as long as I'm knowledgeable-ish in it. So the RX is made in Cambridge, Canada. I think all of the ISs are manufactured in Japan. Those are all imported, along with the LC and the LS. I got lucky and was able to, the vehicle that I purchased was manufactured in Japan and not in Indianapolis, or not Indianapolis, in Canada. Huh. That light seemed a little bright on that bus. There's still people filing off that Max quickly.
Flight 1168 on the visual, 23 right.
Yeah, it's always good to shop around.
Good morning, runway 23 right, clear to land. 23 right, one here, 1168.
Yeah, so Alan's right. A lot of the cost for auto repairs is typically labor, unfortunately. Sometimes it's parts, but more than likely it's labor. And you guys have heard me talk about it before. Christopher Brown knows. The warranty stuff is where we get, you know, the least amount of pay. So I don't know how it all works. That's all above my pay grade. I just work on them and ship them. Hey, 204 likes. Thank you guys. We made it to 204. Jess Walks says that she is, or that they are boarding now for American 174 Heavy back to London. Delta 2519 off to Minneapolis. Where in the world Oh, it's back up on flight radar. I forgot we had one sitting in the penalty box over here. That one, Delta 2519 back to Minneapolis. Next arrival is going to be Frontier 1168 coming in from Atlanta. 53 minutes of flight time for that one. Hey, Jackie, good morning over there in Australia. But again, in no way, shape, or form do I give automotive advice. Again, I just work on them and ship them. And I know what cars are good and what cars aren't. I've worked on all kinds of cars in the used car market. I did used cars for quite a long time. Yes, I should be, if it is in fact that 22nd, I should be there for that. Chris Nitz, good evening from Halifax. Right up the road a ways.
Bill, we can move that way up to 2519, runway 23 right, taxi.
Hey.
Foxtrot, and hold short of Bravo 9er.
We've got an international push. Iceland. Pushing back now.
Is that like Zeus 22 in flight? Zeus 22 ident, the altimeter is 2988.
I haven't seen it.
Zeus 22 ident observed.
As of right now.
As requested, you can expect runway 32.
Maybe we saw it earlier.
Actually, you know what? They got traffic about Zeus 22.
I don't know if it's still over there or not.
Are you able to do that? Navigate direct. The number's runway 32. You'll be number 1. Thank you. Frontier Flight 1168, turn left Charlie, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp tail burn at your...
So I did hear about that Florex. I also heard about, and I'm a little sad that I wasn't able to make it out here yesterday, that 747 that stayed overnight last night. Left sometime today. I don't know exactly what time it left. But there was that 747 landed yesterday morning, in fact, and ended up spending the day and all night last night.
77 Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 right, clear to land. Right, this kilo is now current. The altimeter is 2988.
I think we saw this one here on Sunday. We had a couple of different birds here on Sunday, and I feel like this is one of them. Again, this Frontier from Atlanta. Texted a friend of mine. I was like, hey, what about the heads up for 747s and stuff? And he's like, I didn't even know it was coming in. I was kidding with him. The FedEx feeder, he's still a ways out, it looks like. Or did they cancel that tonight? Maybe later. Yeah, I don't have the FedEx feeder on flight radar. We do have the
good evening, runway 23 right, taxi via Bravo.
Martin Airs coming in for UPS, the Cessna Super Cargo Masters. They'll be coming in shortly. Delta 2519 off to Minneapolis. They are headed out finally. We'll see Iceland here in just a minute as they finish their pushback procedures.
Martech 700 really tower, runway 32, clear to land.
Somebody said it came in from Turkey. I didn't see it on flight radar until it touched down.
Taxi Foxtrot and hold short of Bravo 9.
I was watching it on flight radar yesterday, but I was so busy at work I didn't really get to see exactly where it came in from, but everybody said it came in from what you call it, I think.
Retard 3643. The read time's 5 after void at 7, 0507. So hold short of Bravo 8 if you would.
I don't get to focus on the planes as much while I'm working, unfortunately. So here we go, Iceland, getting ready to go back to Reykjavik. One of my favorite nighttime departures.
Delta 2519, you'll be next. Pull up and hold short runway 23 right. Sure, 23 right, Delta 2519.
Got a United headed out right behind this one. Don't know if that's our 737 from earlier, not the diversion, but the one before that. Or is this the E175? Looking like the E175 here for United Express.
222, roger, thanks. Raleigh Tower,
Next arrival looks like it's going to be a PSA.
23 left. 7508, Raleigh Tower, only 23 left.
Blue Street 5577.
On a, one on a 5-mile final, one on a 7-mile final, runway 232.
Coming in from DCA, Ronald Reagan.
7508, runway 23 left, clear to land. There, Martech 700, Raleigh Tower, only 32.
Yeah, I don't see the ILM FedEx feeder.
Martech 636, Raleigh Tower, runway 32, clear to land. Traffic ATR on a 5-mile final for runway 23 left. Endeavor 5101, Raleigh ground, runway 23 right, taxi, Foxtrot, Bravo 9, release time is 8 after, void at 10.
Looking like a nice touchdown for PSA.
Blue Street 5577, turn left when you're able, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp tower part entry. Have a good night. Alright, let's hit Bravo 4, Bravo over the ramp, Blue Street 55, and good night. Martech 682, right tower, runway 32, clear to land. Delta 2519, fly runway heading runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Runway heading 23 right, clear for takeoff, 2519.
Looks like we got another CRJ taxiing now.
Icelandair 820, continue taxiing, runway 23 right. Brickyard 3643, just falling behind the Icelandair down there at Bravo 9, please, number 3. Martech 700, join Charlie, hold short of runway 23 left for this frequency. J20, yeah, this is fine frequency. Icelandair 820, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Delta 2519, runway heading, contact departure. Have a great night. Departure, Delta 2519.
So that one was off to Minneapolis, Delta 2519. Here we go, Iceland back to Reykjavik. I believe this is going to be ICE 820.
Martech 700, cross runway 23 left to Charlie, taxi. Charlie, Juliet at this frequency. Have a great night. 23 left to Charlie, Juliet, you want to 3%.
There's the feeder. Well, I don't know why it's not on my flight radar. I guess because it says ILM.
Brickyard 4704, Raleigh Tower, good evening.
So the second FedEx feeder finally touching down here as we get Iceland back to Reykjavik. 737 MAX 8 tonight.
23 left at Charlie, taxi. Charlie, Juliet, this frequency.
Charlie, Juliet, land this frequency, Martech.
Alpha 75 right turn Alpha 3, taxi. Alpha Delta, Juliet, this frequency. Have a good night.
Alpha Delta, Juliet.
Brickyard 3643, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 23 right, clear for takeoff, Brickyard 8646.
Endeavor 51, join. You can pull up and hold short runway 23 right, good night. Icelandair 820, runway heading, contact departure, good night.
We're waiting for the ATR to come around the corner. I know as soon as I move the camera, it'll pop out. But we do have a departure over here. Republic Airways, I believe. Oh no, this is... Who is this? It is Republic Airways. 3643 off to Newark, New Jersey. There's the FedEx feeder.
Brickyard 3643, runway heading, contact departure, good night. Runway heading, departure, have a good night, clear head 643. Martech 682, join Charlie, cross, runway 23 left at Charlie.
Charlie, cross 23 left at Charlie, Martech 682.
Brickyard 3643, contact departure, good night. Endeavor 5101, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
So we got an Endeavor down at the end of the runway. So we should have, for American 174 Heavy, we should have a shine the light moment. Jess Walks is on board the 777 tonight. Giving us updates on those.
If I give you a whole short, you can continue Foxtrot and Bravo 9, you'll be next.
That everybody is boarding. Finally, this one popped up. Endeavor 5101, this one off to LaGuardia. There's Republic Airways 4704 to LaGuardia as well on the way out. Boy, I'm really struggling tonight. Hold on. Ah, that's why.
Endeavor 5101, runway heading, contact departure, good night.
For departure, have a good night, Endeavor 5101.
Brickyard 4704, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
Come on, there we go.
United 2091, Raleigh ground, good evening, runway 23 right, taxi Foxtrot and Bravo 9.
Didn't quite have us balanced quite right. Republic Airways 4704, looks like it's ready to go already.
Lunar 75, Raleigh Tower.
Roger, I'm currently 4 miles west of Wind, looking for Wind, Roger.
Lunar 75, ident, the altimeter is 2988. Lunar 75, ident, observe, proceed, whiskey inbound, you can plan on midfield.
Whiskey inbound, we'll plan on midfield. Lunar 75. Frontier 1234, visual super.
Frontier 1234, good evening, runway 23 right, clear.
Really nice steep takeoff for that E-175. Got a United. This one here could be our diversion. So United's gonna head out. Fayboy, good evening. Nope, this one's headed off to Washington Dulles. 7379 ER off to DC. So I heard him talking about Frontier. Frontier 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming in from the House of Mouse, MCO.
Cross midfield 1,500 and set up for right base runway 32.
Midfield 1500, right base 32, enter up.
So Luna up next, sounds like. Dang, that's nice. A brand new delivery of a Frontier.
Frontier 1234.
Frontier flight 1234, bound runway 23 right, clear line.
Frontier 1234.
I want to know how they paint the animals, to be honest, because you know they're not wraps. Each one is painted on there. It's going to be difficult. Got a helicopter flying overhead. Fly right past us. One of the medevacs,
5219,
I assume.
It will be when they grab one, hang on a sec. Endeavor 5219, looks like release time 37, void at 39er, 37 to 39. Lunar 75, runway 32, clear line.
Oh, that's coming in 3-2. That Lunar. Luna. Nice smooth touchdown here for Frontier. Getting this one flying in from MCO.
Tower United 2091, there we go. At 2091, thanks to Justin. Frontier flight 1234, next left turn, Bravo 4, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp tower prior to entry.
Bravo 4, Bravo, and over to ramp, Frontier flight 1234.
United 2091, fly runway heading runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Runway heading to the right, for takeoff to that 2091.
Here's our United back to Dulles. Yeah, I don't know that we'll see any of the Army stuff. We gotta be out here early in the afternoon for them. Not really. We used to have the E190 come up from New Orleans, and it would go to Louisville, Kentucky, and then back here, and then back to New Orleans. We had it for about a month and a half.
Clear of 3. Clear 75, thanks, good night.
Southwest on 5.
United 2091, runway heading, contact departure. Good night.
Runway heading, departure. Good night, United 2091. Raleigh Tower, Southwest 1001, on the visual 23 left.
Southwest 1001, Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 left, clear to land.
So, Southwest 1001 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. I like the Max myself. So again, this one coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. 1 hour, almost 1 hour, 57 minutes. Oh, it was an Army helicopter. We did have one the other day. That was like the medevacs. We saw them and the Apaches over getting fuel the other day.
$5219, Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, taxi Foxtrot, Bravo 9. Actually, I can get you out earlier. Endeavor 5219, new release is going to be 29, forward at 31.
Sorry, Moxie 318 is on the visual, runway 23 left.
Moxie 318, Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 left, clear to land.
23 left, clear land, Moxie 318.
So Moxie coming in from Fort Myers is going to be our next arrival. That one coming in just a minute.
Endeavor 5219.
Still waiting on the American 777 for pushback. Again, we do have a viewer on board the American 777 to
Right turn when you're
London.
able to taxi the Alpha this frequency. Have a night.
Okay, we're at Airport Alpha 2 Alpha to the Rainbow 37
So it shouldn't be too much longer before we see that pushback of the 777. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Happy Wednesday once again. We are halfway through the week. 237 likes tonight. Thank you guys for that as well. Greatly appreciate that. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do so. We've already exceeded my goal of 150 tonight, so thank you guys. I'm going to take a quick peek at the departure board here.
Raleigh Tower, American 2513, turning inbound visual, 23 right.
American 2513, Raleigh Tower, good evening, runway 23 right, clear to land.
23 right, clear to land, American 2513.
So UPS is estimated to be 813 or 913. So Moxie 318 from Fort Myers, 1 hour 33 minutes of flight time for the E190. Speaking of the American 777, there is the pushback. We're going to stick with that one here, as again we do have a viewer on board. Hopefully they will be able to shine their flashlight. That right there might actually be the light. Maybe. Looks a little brighter than all the rest, don't it? Got a couple of Americans coming in as well. American Airlines 2513 from DFW.
American 1245, Raleigh Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land. 23 right, clear to land, American 1245.
Followed by American Airlines 1245, an A319 from Philadelphia. I think it was too. I think that was our light.
Moxie 318, turn right when you're able, taxi via Alpha this frequency. Have a good night. And we'll get off on Alpha 2, Alpha, your frequency, Moxie 318.
So here comes American from DFW. 1 hour 53 minutes of flight time. We'll hear that 777 start up here, those Trents. To start momentarily.
Good evening, runway 23 right, taxi Foxtrot, Bravo 9. American 2513, turn left when you're able, taxi via Bravo and contact ramp, no partner, Trevor. Bravo, left and Bravo enable, contact ramp, American 20. American 174 Heavy, right tower, good evening, runway 23 right, taxi via Bravo. 4808 Raleigh Tower, runway 23 left, clear to land. 23 left, clear to land, 4808. Your beacon working right. The beacon, I don't think, we can't really see it. Yeah, I can see it twirling a little bit. Can you? Alright, is it north of tower, south of tower, where is it? It'll be to your left of the tower. Is that like the south end of Terminal 1, of your terminal, up to the right of your runway? It's a little one. Our real one broke, and we just have a baby one now. Got it. We'll keep an eye out for it. That's hold the field up.
The real one broke, so that's the baby one.
Whiskey Raleigh ground, runway 23 left, taxi Juliet Alpha 7.
Yeah, I know what they're talking about. I don't know where their big beacon is, though. I don't think I've ever seen it work.
American 1245, left turn, Bravo 4, Bravo to the ramp.
So we're getting that one from Philadelphia.
That's to Bravo 4, Bravo to the ramp, American 1245.
So we got to double check this side too, just to make sure that that was our light from earlier, from Jess Walks. As the 777 gets ready for their departure. We have Southwest 4808 coming in from Chicago Midway. 737 MAX 8.
Raleigh Tower, November 577 X-ray Whiskey, hold short at Alpha 7, ready for departure.
November 577 X-ray Whiskey, roger, waiting on traffic on the right side.
Roger that.
Lunchtime in Australia. Good afternoon, Peter. Won't be long, it'll be bedtime. We've got a departure. Will the departure get out of here before the MAX? So the MAX flying from Chicago, 1 hour, 18 minutes of flight time.
Frontier flight 4844, right tower, fly runway, heading 23 right, clip tail. Fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear to take off, up to your side, 4844.
Frontier cleared for departure as well, as you guys heard. Looks like there's actually quite a few out here for departure.
Endeavor 5219, contact departure.
Contact Bristol to Endeavor 5219.
The camera does not like that bright light. Frontier is on the move already. Should be a nice departure for them. Hopefully a nice early rotation. Alright. This 777-200 out of here. Hopefully the The Trents will be screaming for us this evening.
4820 Coconut.
So they're headed back to London Heathrow.
Southwest 4808, right turn enable off to the terminal. Right turn Alpha to the terminal. You're on forward.
Got United 1469 off to
working everything combined up.
Newark. Looks like they're ready for push.
Jet 327 large on 23 left, taxi via Juliet off 7. Now 577 X-ray Whiskey, Raleigh Tower, turn left, heading 210, 23 left, clear for takeoff.
23 left, clear for takeoff, and heading, what was the heading after that?
7 X-ray Whiskey, left turn, heading 210.
210, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
Ten 1469 Raleigh ground on 23 right, taxi via Foxtrot, hold short of Bravo 9.
Seven leaving heavy this evening. Back to London. Let's do a quick flight radar check here.
Number 7 X-ray Whiskey, contact departure.
Departure, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
Well, I actually think that's going to end the night right there. And we may wait for the, you see the United getting ready for departure. The next arrival is not for another 20 minutes. The other one is 30 minutes out. So after that one. So let's get the United out of here, and then that will be the last departure of the night. So this one headed back to Newark, or to Newark. I think this is our diversion from earlier. Oh, 2 likes away from 250. So if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please do so. Let's get to at least 250 tonight. Again, we got one more departure here. This will end the night. Again, I got to get home and eat and do all the things. I got a meeting at 7:30 in the morning, unfortunately.
United 1469, they want you guys to call your ops.
Little exec jet departure. So, after a brief stop here in RDU, this one can continue on to Newark.
Jet 327, contact departure.
Okay, go ahead, departure for Jet 327.
And then 5198, looks like you're going to be released at 0233, void if not all 536.
Hey, we made it. 254 likes. Thank you guys for getting us to 250 tonight. So we'll be returning on Sunday. No Saturday show this week. I've got a dryer to be delivered. And by the way, talking about time at home, I've been busy the last 3 weeks. My goodness. But it's been good. It's been really good. I don't know that I've been home for more than 10 hours in 3 weeks. It's always good when you can push and do things that you enjoy doing. So 10 subscribers tonight. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Again, Wednesday nights are our more chill nights. Not a ton of new viewers and things on Wednesdays, so that's kind of why we chill out and talk about other things. So if you guys have been with the channel long enough to know, that's kind of how Wednesdays work. Able to kick back, relax, just have a casual evening show on Wednesdays. I don't know how long this one's gonna wait. Hopefully not too long. Thank you, Alan. This one waits, of course, we'll go ahead and end the show. Again, long time of waiting. As you guys can hear, it is very, very quiet around the airport. It's that time of the evening where things kind of taper off until about 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock, things start to pick back up around here. See what United's gonna do. Don't hear them hollering at them on the radio. Hopefully the radio's not dead. It's not. They'll go down there and sit and wait. All right, they're not hollering at them to go. That's the only arrival, or the only departure there. I want to thank everybody tonight. Thank you to my moderators, channel members, everybody in Lurkers Lounge. Again, like I said, Wednesday nights are more chill, more relaxed than our typical Saturday, Sunday stuff. Again, after time change, hopefully we're going to be out here more during the week. I'm ready for it to still be daylight at this time, 8:40. Have a little bit, have some daylight still. That'll push us further into the evening, by the way. So then it will be more prone to stay for the UPS departures, possibly the FedEx departures at 9:50. It just depends. And of course, Aer Lingus' departure, we'll figure all that out come April. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys once again. We will see you Sunday. Hope you guys have enjoyed this broadcast. Again, have a wonderful night. Night.
Bell 5198, Echo Foxtrot, Delta, Golf, Old Short, Charlie. Yeah, 2469, you guys good?